Welcome to this edition of SKNIS Week in Review, a program highlighting the top stories of the work of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis for the past week. Here's a look at some of the highlights for the week of August 25th to September 1st, 2022. Independence 39 theme revealed, Senator Philip to serve as junior minister, SKN Patriots captures first ever 60 title, and the Ministry of Education pursues 7 priority areas. I am your presenter, Sherima Matthew. This year's 39th Independence anniversary will be celebrated under the theme Refocus, Recreate, Redesign, Independence 39. The theme was chosen from hundreds of entries that were submitted and was won by Xavier Roma Richardson of St. Kitts. During her August 31st, 2022 appearance on Working for You, Ms. Richardson explained what inspired her to submit the winning theme.
I'm really grateful to the Independence Committee for choosing my slogan. So as you mentioned, I'm an English major, a language lover. Those are the things that I'm passionate about. When I saw the Independence theme slogan competition come up, and it was the first time that I had seen it really be shared so publicly and so intensely and intently for people to apply. I was like, okay, maybe this is my chance because someone sent it to me personally. So I thought about it. There were certain parameters. It had to focus on talent development and sustainability. So I thought about what that meant because those are both things that I'm very passionate about. I'm not a human resource professional, but developing our human resources, developing our whole human people and whole human capital is extremely important to me, as is sustainability. I'm a gender professional. My background is in gender and development studies too, so we don't do things for the short term. We do things that are long lasting, but that also make it better for generations that come.
413 submissions were received from the 3-day Independence theme competition. Entries were accepted from persons of all ages who are citizens and residents of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Prime Minister and Minister of National Security, the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, while visiting soldiers of the St. Kitts and Nevis Defense Force (SKNDF), stressed the importance of their role in maintaining law and order, peace and security in the Twin Island Federation.
The rule of law is fundamental to the survival of any democracy. Without the rule of law, nothing that we enjoy today we would enjoy. Relative peace and tranquility, the opportunity to grow up in a country where you can have families and be able to pursue your own happiness and dreams. And therefore, I understand in that, and our people understanding that, we should never take for granted the role that you play in making sure that we have law and order.
The Honorable Prime Minister extended his personal thanks to the men and women of the SKNDF for their service to the Federation and pledged the support of his administration in ensuring that law enforcement is equipped with the necessary resources to keep the people of St. Kitts and Nevis safe. The Honorable Iseline Philip, Senator in the National Assembly, was officially sworn in as Junior Minister in the Ministry of Youth Empowerment and Social Development, Gender Affairs, Aging and Disabilities in the Federal Cabinet of St. Kitts and Nevis during a brief but significant ceremony on Monday, August 29, 2022 at Government House. Senator Philip said that she is ready to serve in her new capacity as Junior Minister and thanked all for their tremendous support.
I'd like to thank everyone for the overwhelming support and encouragement since the announcement of my appointment as Senator. I really appreciate it. It's really an honor for me to assume this role as Junior Minister with responsibilities for youth empowerment and social development, gender affairs, aging and disabilities. These are really important portfolios and I don't take the appointment lightly. as I really aspire to do my best in bringing a youthful and gendered perspective to cabinet decision making and for advancing the work and effectiveness of these ministries and departments that I work with. So thank you very much.
Minister Philip was administered the oath of office, the oath of allegiance, and the oath of secrecy by His Lordship Patrick Thompson. The Cabinet of Ministers met on Monday, August 29, 2022, under the chairmanship of Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew. During their meeting, the Cabinet discussed several matters of national importance to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Cabinet Secretary Dr. Marcus Natter has more.
The Cabinet agreed in principle to facilitate the payment of the St. Kitts Electricity Company's fuel costs in order to enable lower energy costs for the residents on St. Kitts. The Cabinet agreed to initiate the restoration and the transformation project for converting the home of the nation's first national hero, the Right Excellent Sir Robert Llewellyn-Bradshaw, into a museum. The Cabinet discussed important measures to further strengthen and enhance the world's longest-standing citizenship by investment program.
Minister of Public Infrastructure, Energy and Utilities, Post, Information and Communications Technology et al., the Honorable Convis Maynard, used the morning of August 31st to tour the facilities of the Cable St. Kitts Limited. While there, he interacted with staff and commended them for their dedication to the service.
I want to commend the team for all the work that you do. I know sometimes the general public does not get to see the hard work that you put in, extra hours you put in, and the care that you take in bringing service to us. We're very grateful. We also want to thank you for the project that you're working on to make sure that the government is well connected on its own government-wide area network. That is we call it the G1. That is going to be critical as we transform our government and our country to an e-government and digital economy. You're going to be the backbone of that because you're the backbone infrastructure. And when I joined the government, I requested that ICT be joined with infrastructure because I see them going hand in hand. We're no longer just a country that our main infrastructure is water and electricity, but also internet service. And so that has to be part of our overall infrastructural plan going forward. So I see them as one, and that is why I requested that the ministries be joined. And so now we have one ministry that deals with all of the infrastructure in St. Kitts and Nevis. And you are going to be a critical part of that. We value your work.
While on site, Minister Maynard received various demonstrations of how the cable functions, including a modern systems dashboard that highlights the status of every existing cable customer. The first part of the tour began at the cable's Lagreet technical site and ended at the cable's main office located on Keon Street. The Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, the first Cuban-trained medical doctor to serve as Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, while addressing guests at a social gathering organized by the Embassy of Cuba in St. Kitts and Nevis and the St. Kitts and Nevis Cuban Alumni Association on Saturday, August 27, 2022, said that the Twin Island Federation will always value the cordial relationship it shares with the Republic of Cuba, a country that offers nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis a wide array of opportunities for growth and development.
Cuba grew and all of us in many different ways. Even though we were in a different culture, we appreciated the Cuban culture for what it offered to us. Just being in Cuba and having the opportunity to learn a new language and the opportunity really to become professionals and to have the opportunity to become medical doctors, engineers, and the whole plethora of professions that we were able to pursue as nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis in Cuba. And so I want to say thanks to Cuba for affording that opportunity to reach all of us.
Prime Minister Dr. Drew noted that many of the professionals who were trained in Cuba have gone on to make lasting marks on the development of St. Kitts and Nevis. To date, more than 100 nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis have benefited from professional training at various universities in Cuba in areas of medical sciences, economics, and engineering, among others. Currently, there are over 24 students pursuing career studies in Cuba. Now for a look on the education front. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education, the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, outlined 7 priority areas that will ensure that every child has equitable access to quality education in a safe, child-friendly environment. The 7 priority areas were shared at the opening ceremony of the annual summer workshop for teachers held at the Rivers of Living Water Christian Center on Monday, August 29, 2022. Some of the priorities are achievable in the short to medium term, while others will undoubtedly require an extended period to complete. The priorities are the rebuilding of a brand new Bastia High School, the complete renovation of the Joshua Obadiah Williams Primary School in Molyneux, the reintroduction of the one-to-one laptop program, strengthening technical and vocational education and training TVET with appropriate certification for successful students, increasing opportunities for teachers to access specialist training, and the introduction of electronic prep work templates for teachers.
Colleagues, education is the core of every great society and is the vehicle by which citizens are able to elevate themselves. Therefore, it is critical that we as educators begin to reimagine education so that we can adequately prepare our students to successfully maneuver the turbulent waters of life. Our scope for education and the lens through which we view education must be wide enough to encompass pre-kindergarten to college and factor in both public and private institutions. If we are to truly live by the motto of this great federation, then country above self in its true context of education means that the environment must be one of inclusion and collaboration.
The priority for providing free tuition for those accepted into CFBC was already achieved. The Ministry of Social Development and Gender Affairs launched its Girls Empowerment Movement and Sisterhood GEMS program on Wednesday, August 31st, 2022, under the theme Girls Under Construction, Building a Firm Foundation for a Stronger Future. The launch was marked by a ceremony at the Lodge Community Center attended by government officials, His Excellency Michael Lin, Resident Ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan, mentors, and the young people to be mentored. Director of Gender Affairs Virgil Jeffords said that the program's design enhances the development of young girls. It also provides a suitable forum that exposes the benefits of a positive self-image, responsible personal conduct, and respect for self and others.
This program will seek to provide a structure and trusting relationship that bring our ladies like yourself, the mentees, together with caring and accountable females who offer guidance, support, and encouragement aimed at developing your competencies, self-esteem, and character.
The mentees were encouraged to embrace the opportunities now afforded to them. They were strongly encouraged to be open-minded and learn from their assigned mentors. And now on to sports. The St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots were crowned champions in the inaugural 60 after 2 thrilling matches at Warner Park Cricket Stadium on Sunday, August 28, 2022. The first edition of the 60, staged by the Caribbean Premier League (CPL), saw men's and women's teams compete in a new 60-ball tournament featuring many of the best cricketers from around the world. Minister of Sport, the Honorable Samuel Duggins, was on hand to join in the celebration and present the winning trophy to the Patriots. In a social media post, Minister Duggins congratulated the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots and recognized the Federation's very own Jeremiah Louis and Jaden Carmichael, who are a part of the winning squad. In related news, Dwayne Bravo, captain of the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots cricket team, paid a courtesy call on the Cabinet of Ministers on Monday, August 29, 2022, to meet the new administration and celebrate the team's success in the 60. Bravo warmly greeted the ministers and showed off the Universe Boss Trophy to the Cabinet. He expressed pride in the accomplishment of the team in the new 60-ball competition introduced by the Caribbean Premier League (CPL). The ministers welcomed Captain Bravo and enjoyed a light-hearted moment taking pictures with the popular cricketer and the championship trophy, named after the Universe boss Chris Gayle. Gayle is the brand ambassador for the 60 and took the field for the Patriots as well. While visiting with the Cabinet, Captain Bravo presented Prime Minister the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew with a custom-made St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots jersey. The back of the jersey bears the name PM Drew and the number 8, the constituency the Prime Minister represents in the Federal Parliament. Dwayne Bravo told the Cabinet that he was looking for a new challenge.
I want this to be my next home. I want you guys to embrace me. I will make sure and do everything in my powers to make sure that this beautiful twin island will be highly respected worldwide. If there's anything I can do, I'm just a message away, whether it's to be sports, entertainment, tourism, anything. Just feel free to reach out and I'll be happy to continue to work with the youths of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Captain Bravo and his team are now focused on defending their maiden victory in the CPL 2020 tournament, which bowled off on Wednesday, August 31st in Bastia. That was the SKNIS Week in Review for August 25th to September 1st. I am Sharima Matthew. See you next week as we continue to update you, the general public, on what's happening in and around the Federation.